other hero that can heal, Omni Knight. So those two guys can heal and buff up their strong tanky hero Bristleback and make him pretty close to unkillable. But on the other side, what OG's playing around with is
Absolutely perfect.
they've got Io, they've got the Tiny, they've got Abaddon who can also buff up, but most importantly they have Timbersaw. And Timber's a hero that has some flexibility in how effective he is, but most importantly his first skill will reduce the strength or primary stat, and there's a lot of strength heroes over on the Liquid side. The TI9 finals. Let's start at the casters.
Thank you, Purge. Game 4. OG up at the moment in this best of 5, 2-1 against Liquid. Their last two games, some of the most dominant performances we've seen from them from the entire tournament. In this game 4, Liquid, they have had the chance to switch it up. We're not seeing the TA. We are going to be going back to the Weehaw Wind Ranger. It is something a little different. It's something we know he's good at, but is it good enough to beat the OG IO, Giannis?
They've definitely looked to go for something that's more early game centric. The last two drafts, they went for the Tidehunter, the TA, and a Chug, or Tidehunter, TA, and Lifestealer. Very slow paced draft. This time, they get their Chen. They've been very good with the Chen, as we saw them also playing it earlier on today. They're very good at playing aggressive and making moves around the map, either with GH playing a Tusk or GH playing Earthspray. I feel like I always see them having one of these two combos with that Chen to make those moves around. And Bristleback too. This is a very early paced hero, as we see the Goo as well as the Spray get picked up at 1 and 2, and you are pretty much the strongest hero on the map when you have that. And we see them immediately set up with an aggro tri-lane. They have a Headress on Kuroki for that extra health regen, and they really want to put the pressure to shut down Ana on the IO.
Let's see if they can do it. We saw some scary stats on the Ana IO loading into this game. He is 19-1 in the last 20 games he's played. And of course, here at TI, 5-0. No one has been able to beat him. Liquid are going to have to see if they can do it in their last chance in.
D.O.T.A, this is the Goo that we're talking about, that really strong level 1. Are they going to actually be able to dive him, though? He has a shield available, and they actually can. Doesn't have a salve on himself this time around, though, like he did in the last 2 games. And also, I believe with the carry IO, not every single time, but they did have an Elder Titan with it most of the times. That's where I feel like it helps a lot when you're playing into aggro lanes, because you cannot aggro tri-lane into an Elder Titan most of the time. So this time it's going to be a Abaddon who's not nearly as strong as that ET.
Oh, we'll see Liquid with that start, able to make sure that the creep wave meets underneath the tower so they can get them a creep equilibrium in their favor. Very interesting to watch some of these other lanes, see how Weehaw can get off to a start against the Thompson mid Gyro. He should have a decent shot here, right, in this 1v1?
Yeah, he should be able to. He has higher base damage. Yeah. The thing about Gyrocopter is you have this godly animation. One of the best animations in the game that is absolutely instant on range heroes, and you have missiles, and you have a Tiny who's going to constantly be throwing Weehaw back into the tower.
That's a lot of hands there, and it all looks to add up. They drag him back, he's got the point in the win run, looking for the body blocks. Jarex won't be able to quite get it entirely, but still able to get a good amount of damage done. Weehaw in mid.
Has to be careful for that next toss back as Jarex is going to go for it again.
He is. Jarex going deep behind the tower, seeing if he can have the control. Up he goes with the toss. Thompson closing in. Wim runs back online as Weehaw can hold his distance, but OG already getting incredibly aggressive in this middle lane.
It's the way they like to play with the Jarex on the Tiny. Just run around, shut down the mid laner. Doesn't matter what hero it is, you're going to be able to just throw him every single time he walks up for a toss. Weehaw, he gets his full salve off.
We're certainly seeing, though, down bottom, this tri-lane, it is able to bring these heroes down pretty low. Obviously, the question is if they can push them over the edge and get the kills, but the aggression certainly is there. And once the level 2s come out for the 3 members of Liquid, we'll see that pressure amped up even more. Jax is going to come down, help turn this duo into a tri-lane from OG as Kuro pops the Fairy Fire, won't save him. Miscall from N0tail, gets the kill. Now Ana's going to be the focus. Miracle and GH trying to get on top of him, but a quick body block from N0tail and a shield handed over to Ana will mean that Liquid cannot chase any further.
Just eyes on Jarex, right? Jarex is going to just move from lane to lane to lane, looking to just punish the aggressive tri-lane of Liquid, as they can't really respond too well. Chen is not really a hero that wants to be moving around TPing at all. It's GH who has to respond to any types of ganks that Jarex does, and it doesn't feel nearly as good as an Earthspray, and he's kind of limited on mana as well.
So we sort of talked about the mid, talked about the bottom. This top lane, 1v1, Seb versus Mind Control, the Timber versus the Omni. What do we expect from this matchup?
Haven't gotten to see this one too often, but I think that they're both going to just be able to farm. I think Seb might actually be able to bully Mind Control a bit, just because you don't have to worry too much about your regen. While on Mind Control, you have to worry about your mana sometimes. But I think they're both going to just end up trading farming, pulling creep waves and whatnot like that, so should be relatively even.
Definitely seeing though, this pressure down bottom is continuing to make sure it's very hard for Anna to farm with the roll in onto No.Tail. Liquid. I'll take one out of the lane. Anna only being able to get 4 CS so far in this bottom lane. Already Liquid's change up in draft and different approach. It's looking so much better here in the first 3 minutes of game 4.
Oh, for sure. 16 and 11 on Miracle, right? He's getting all these free last hits and denies.
They are running this bottom lane perfectly. Keeping this tri-lane advantage.
Top is just manipulation of creep waves, because I think my control is starting to realize that if he stays toe-to-toe versus Timber, he's going to have some problems, so he's cutting the wave. Bottom. Jarex is running over toward the area. He's only level 1, though, so still not having that stun available for the Tiny just yet to go for those toss back into the tower and stun plays. And it looks like they will be constantly burning the mana of No.Tail with this Satyr Mind Stealer that is keeping him very low on mana.
For Liquid, obviously interested to keep this pressure on, and then they have to find objectives with it. Anna as the IO will have that comeback mechanic, sort of once he hits the level 4, going into the jungle, using the spirits to farm those neutrals. So they've got to make as much as they can happen in this favorable lane setup that Liquid have. Another commitment on towards Anna, separating him from No.Tail. He'll be able to tether himself back across, see if they can beat down through this overcharge. No.Tail pops the stick charges, the spirits are out. Turn towards Miracle, but Mango's popped. He still has the mana to fight with. Another shield will hold them off.
It really is a pretty fun lane, though, coming out from OG, right? He's like, oh, I just healed the IO, and the IO heals me. So they're going to be able to always do that and be able to remove all those boost stacks off with the shield as well. It's actually a really clever lane coming out. And he's even maxing, or putting multiple points inside that miscoil for the health efficiency. He miscoils the IO and heals himself for even more because of that.
5-minute runes come up. And OG, they want to try and tackle this 3-on-3. No.Tail doing his best to draw their attention away. The avalanche is out onto Miracle. Jax tries to chase the other, but Liquid, they'll be able to grab both of them. Taking the bouncy runes away. Only the one going the way of OG up top. As Liquid continuing to look like this different approach to the lanes is certainly the answer they've been looking for.
They're not killing them, though. They only killed No.Tail once because of how many stick charges they're getting fed down here. The Bristleback just constantly spamming the quill, spamming the goo. Everyone's sitting at like 10 stick charges every time they try to make an aggressive move. Now Miracle is up a bit far here.
Jarex is going to be able to make sure that Miracle cannot make the smooth run up towards the top, and have a shields out for No.Tail. He may be low, but he's more than safe. Jarex with the toss-up. GH pops the stick charges. He's trying to escape. No.Tail keeping on top of him. That Aphotic shield's going to pop soon. It may not even need to. GH is running. One more right click or a miscoil out. That'll do it. The shield pops. They get the kill. And it does fall though. Liquid getting the trade.
Nice. And he actually did not pop his magic one there. A bit too much damage coming in. I think the Alpha Wolf and the right click from the Chen caught him off guard how much it actually was there. But mid is the big one. These rotations from Jarex from earlier, Thompson has over a full level advantage onto Weehaw.
He's struggling.
34-13 to the 19-4. This animation and just getting that extra rate fan early really coming into play. And bottom.
Roll up for GH, but a great toss from Jarex. Keeps Anna on top of the Earth Spirit. Spirits are out though. So the damage looks like it may not be there unless they can keep the vision, and they can. Tossed in, stick charge pop though. GH has got Miracle by his side. They won't be able to dive for him, and Liquid keep them all alive.
But they've done a good job bottom of making sure that Miracle's farmed. Thompson though getting aggressive top onto Mind Control. Should have chased this one, but the counter out of mana. They popped the Shrine for some mana for the Timber, but Mind Control will be fine. Liquid being forced to use their bottom Shrine too, because the one thing that they're doing, they were putting pressure on and they were getting good farm, but the sustain that's actually coming out from this bottom lane is just too much for them a bit here. As Ana is starting to get this farm built up to those 20 last hits.
The mid lane seems to be the focus for Liquid. They've left Miracle alone. They're trying to collapse in onto Thompson. Thompson gets the cooldown off, but the Hellbear smashes him with the clap. Liquid making these moves around Kuro and his army. Getting the pressure on, catching out Thompson mid. Got to keep this tempo up. They're starting to really show that they have within them what OG's been bringing in the first 7 minutes of the last 2 games. They can match this tempo.
And look at Miracle, but down bottom, even pulling away these 2 heroes, even though they do have all their wand charges built up now to up to 17 as well. He is pushing them away from the creep wave. That double sustain though coming into play.
Back to Morris mid, another collapse here from Liquid as they look to dive in on Jarex. They get the kill. Thompson's going to look to try and turn, keep himself on top of Kuro. Kuro He has his army ready to tank some of the damage. Thompson is not going to be able to get this kill by the looks of it. Another one charge from Kuro keeps him back alive. The cooldown will be dropped, but Liquid, they can get themselves out of range of it.
They have so much damage in the mid lane right now with Liquid. With Weehawk rushing that Javelin build, he's able to actually punch back onto Thompson pretty hard there every time he does commit forward for a kill. Gives a lot of time to Seb though, as they made that 4-man rotation earlier. Now he's only up to level 8. He's got the max reactive armor.
Same to be said though for Mind Control. We're seeing pretty much continuation of even farm between these offlaners.
Yep.
They're both getting exactly the same amount out of this top half of the map. And so far, no one else has been interested in coming over and getting involved. Now, though, that will change. GH and Kuroki, they're looking towards Seb. Going to bring in Weehawk as well. Weehawk, the focus fire. Have they got the control? There's the rolling with the stun. Shackle shot follow-up from Weehawk, along with the power shot. Will do it. Liquid making the maneuvers to put Seb's happy little time on that top lane to an end.
Great use of the Divine Favor there from Kuroki to bring Weehaw around freely and saving his TP. So he can constantly be able to move around the map if he has to respond to anything else. Very nice aggressive move. And that's the Javelin coming into play. Since it's magical damage, it's 100 bonus magical damage when you use that Focus Fire versus Timber. Who cares if he has 25 reactive armor stacks? They get themselves a decent amount of pressure on the tower too. Getting it down to about 700 HP right now.
Seb's going to come back in, make sure that tower doesn't fall too early.
GH is already moving his way toward top. They don't have another Divine Favor to bring into the Wind Rangers.
I feel like it's a hard kill without that damage that Weehawk offers.
Feels like an impossible kill without Weehawk.
The three of them can only sort of sit aside and watch as Seb farms the wave under the tower.
Yeah.
See what their intentions are with this move. 10-minute runes are going to come up. See if Liquid can keep a favorable hold of them this time. Mid lane's going to be the focus. TP's coming immediately, and he shakes the shackle off actually before the missile connects. He's able to turn right click into Jerax. He's tanking the tower to Jerax. Lines with the power shot. He's not going to be able to find it though. Doesn't get the angle, and Jerax, he can continue to walk away. Liquid are chasing, and the power shot will be available in a second. Can Weehawk hit it? He's going to try. Not going to find it. Jerax, he's got the position to TP out behind the trees and will make it back to safety, but Weehawk does live.
He wastes so much of their time there, and even a TP to protect Weehawk. What does that mean? That's just the space. This is what OG wants to do, right? Allowed Ana to catch back up after he had a little bit of a rough laning start and get the Dominator, and the Dominator is finished now at this 10-minute mark. So that is where you really start to get enabled quite a lot of the IO to make your moves around the map. But Liquid, they're trying to keep the pressure going. Don't let OG get away with that greed that they're trying to pull off right now. Try to get some tower damage. Every single time a tower is going to start getting pressure, though, you'll see this rotation by Seb. He wants to make sure they don't actually get any of these towers too early. He doesn't have many reactive stacks built up just yet, but he will get
mid lane Thompson. You see a dive here from Weehawk. Weehawk tried to close in for the kill, but he didn't have the damage to bring Thompson down. Thompson was able to just drop the combos. Weehawk, he got in close range for that attempt.
You got to be careful as well. Ana, he's jungling in the area, so he can just easily tether, hop. I don't know if he actually did the overcharge there, I didn't catch the end of it, but he can easily tether it and you can get a little bit of extra HP regen that comes into play.
Looking for Jerax.
Jerax again.
Landing with the magnetized. TPs will now start to come into play. Thompson's here. Jerax still alive. They're trying their best to hunt him down through the trees. He'll be able to toss back the Hellbear Smasher. Rockets dropped to keep the magnetized going. They'll get the kill on Jerax. See if they can find anything in return. OG Thompson is on top of Kuroki. GH, Weehawk joining the gang. They're surrounding Thompson with a Divine Favor. Bringing Weehawk in. Liquid, they're going to be able to get both of them. Kuroki making these moves across the map, bringing in the team when required. Kuro, he 3, 1, and 4. Every single one of these 7 kills has been down to Kuro and his map movements.
And his aggressive plays. And they're not expecting these recalls. They're not expecting these Divine Favors at all. Every single time he's been able to set it up. And he's almost got a mech finished up on this Chen so early on. It's going to be a lot of first heal. And like the draft panel mentioned, you look at Liquid's draft and they're really trying to set the tempo. They're trying to be aggressive, get early towers down with this Chen, with this Bristleback, and try to get an early roast and get that big advantage to take advantage of carry IO. You have to try to take advantage of it somehow.
They're waiting there on the high ground. They immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. N0tail is trying to run. The Smasher's after him. N0tail's got the backup of Ana. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, they're diving on forward. GH will be kept safe by the Heavenly Grace. Kuro may have done a little tip by this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro and put an end to his reign across the map. As OG responding in their numbers now in that middle lane, they won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have a greedy IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be an early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timbersaw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard for Liquid to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
Hey, goes deep. We are going to turn with the focus fire. Seb, of course, has got the max reactive armor. Thanks to that, Shackle won't latch. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. Liquid will try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with no tail by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no-tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this under the tissue, and they will get it. Seb is trying to turn. The missile is out on the Courage. Seb had the burst, not quite. Magnetizes out. Seb has to retreat. Shackle does latch. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll forward. The kickback. They'll crush him. Liquid. They're diving again.
They
got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson pops the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. They're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might just be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know the timing, it's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
He's diving in. Onto Kura with the flak as well. Hand of God will not keep Chen alive today.
GH will not get TP'd out. Sofix actually TP's in and gets the toss off with the exact timing.
OG's actually not done, as they are still hunting for action. Miracle, the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
A bit too aggressive there from Thompson. I'll throw down the call down just to clear the quick.
The Shackle actually brings it across the trees, but no tail. He's there with the shield. Thompson goes with the TP out. The focus fired down. The damage is not enough. Thompson save. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, it's 9-6 in their favor, but the net worth difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Yeah, especially Ana. Halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit supplied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has that Aghanims, of course, with the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. And Jerax already looking to set up down toward the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Once Xana has the Aghanims, things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, they have Bristle. That's a good thing, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versus an actual counter. Timbersaw, very good versus Bristle back at all stages. It's just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Looking towards Seb up top, but it's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot. Or GH getting a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and the running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them up, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetize can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness and how they are, but also there's an Abaddon who can just remove it a lot of the times.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Seb, he could just get away with this. Pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time. Knowing that, sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Anna's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal gyrocopter.
Wait, what?
Diffusal? It's a gyrocopter, I just said it.
Stretch diffusal gyrocopter. Fancy that, Thompson.
So
doing something that I don't think I've ever seen this.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of like mana burn, which is going to be annoying for Liquid.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility, and it gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down, I guess.
It's Liquid. They've got the kill swap, getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the bristleback, they've got Pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this one with the medallion as well. However, OG, they know what's going on. They can look to contest this as well. As do they have the Aghanims finished up? It's almost there for Ana. And they're pinging it. They seem now they're aware of it, but it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. As Liquid will get away with this one.
Well, let's see what they can do with it. Aegis, Pipe, they have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's gonna buy the tome, give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they gotta group up and try to get something big here. They gotta catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO with a nice shackle shot for Weagle had to focus fire. They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. And won't quite find, but definitely, yeah, thinking about it, this diffusal blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is, you look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular,
they're completely dependent on their mana.
And they're dependent on the fights being drawn out, right? Yeah. They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he can burn, he's going to take their mana away, and they're going to be essentially sort of these useless, tanky targets on the front that OG can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. You know, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how tanky he is. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high as Seb's getting slowed down. He's got greens available, but he's getting burst.
I mean, they're bringing him low. He's got the shield. Now they'll be able to turn. Cooldowns dropped down by Thompson. And here we have it. His mana's gone. He's able to pop the stick, get him a fair bit of it back, and he's able to head back in, pushing OG back behind the rags. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. They quit. They push on.
On IO. That spirit hero damage is there now. Ana gonna join the fray finally.
There we have it. Miracle's mana. It's pretty much entirely gone by Thompson's look at what GH already can't get out. There's no mana. GH, he's dead, and now OG, they have that numbers advantage for this defense. They'll try and change the more. Thompson, one barrage, brings Miracle down, then the shackle turn around, they're looking for Jax. Jax backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana because of this diffusion. Jax, he's able to go with the GA is out. We all fall on the backing damage is there from Thompson. Miracle's trying to run. Another stick charge pop, but Jax can shut him off. In fact, Jax, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. He's back on. Thompson, he's on top of Cooldown. Another Cooldown there. The toss back into the combo. Jax has the control. They're all getting picked apart as Mind Control falls. Miracle is surrounded, and they're all able to get this as well. OG, they will hold.
And they're even taunting. They toss him to the dragon. Holy crap, Thompson, the defusal is absolutely working for all their mana.
But I don't think anyone would have expected to see Gyro, the deciding game. The defusal play, Gyro, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage, front lines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that spirit hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is just gone from them.
What do you do? When your mana's gone, what do you do?
Oh my god. OG starting to take over the game completely here.
Showing new ways to play the game at this incredibly late moment in the tournament.
And now Thompson has an Aghanims as well, so not only is his regular hits going to be proccing that... yeah, he's going to be burning a lot of mana.
And they're just moving into the base now, OG. They're pushing in, Black Star supports, they pull back, they'll focus Miracle. Miracle, he'll get himself out of the way, the missile is out, they're trying to look for heals to save him, but Miracle's dead. Jax is in with the combo, that brings out GH. GH has buyback, he'll buy back immediately. Weehar's going to be back up in 5. Qualification is part, but OG, they're not going away.
They're too healthy. They still have greaves available for Seb as well this whole time. They're pretty, No-Tail's kind of low, but once they pop those greaves, everyone's going to be topped off.
Tier 3's going down, 22 minutes again, and in a match where it looked like Liquid had the pace to maybe bring something different, but we're back to the same place that we were in Game 2 and Game 3.
There's no stones for GH. He can't contribute anything. There's no magnetized either. They're just taking this rack.
It's gone! They cannot get close to hold this. As OG will see what the plan is next. They'll back off.
They're happy with that. Why not? They can back up, clean up shrines. But I think if Liquid chases out, OG can definitely just turn and look for the fight. They have no cooldowns that they're waiting on. Everything is available for them. And they're just so farmed right now at this point in the game that Liquid, they're walking out together. But like I was mentioning before, there's one stone on GH, and that is it. So his team by potential, and he's pretty much the only team fighter on the side of Liquid right now. It's just not there.
And OG's ready to go back. And again, Jackson with the round of the combo down to Mind Control. The cooldowns there. Liquid out to back off. Again, Mind Control's about to pretty much got his ever pop the stick. Get the GA off at least. Can they fight for the duration of it? They're getting towards Seth. Wheels are pop. Seth's back pretty much up to 4. Jackson with another combo onto We Are stunned up. We Are dead. Miracles, the new focus, the missile followed through. OG pushing Liquid back to the base. Mind Control out about a Thompson with his diffuser blade, picking them apart. Roll 4 for GH%. Cuts him down. Double kill. They're pushing on OG. Liquid getting forced back to the base, and Liquid have nothing. They have nothing to offer from.
They're just giving, look at this, they're driving Fountain and TI finals. They want Karaki in the Fountain as well. They're going to get it, they're chasing Miracle as well. Oh my god.
I can't believe this. I can't believe what we're seeing in this game for. OG, you thought you saw it all again too. You thought you saw it all again.
OG is the best team in the world. They are at a completely different level.
No question. They are so far ahead of anybody else that plays this game for a living. Game 2, 3, and 4 were absolutely ridiculous. The showing was magical from OG.
They just seem to know exactly what to do with whatever draft they're giving. It doesn't matter. They have so many different drafts, so many different play styles. They can execute all of them. Liquid seemed like they stood no chance after that first game.
And they've earned their money. $15 million last year.
Unbelievable performance.